Shadows of the Same Secret.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that you might want to just play this all the way through because it is so savage the way he handles this section. Your call, but it is savage.
Well, let's find out. There's only a few minutes left of this video. We've gone through a ton of it, but let's see what we've got here. I saw a section of this. Which is why I named this Ali Dawah's Secret Hotel Wife Exposed. People think we're joking. Anyway.
You know, Ali, you've been obsessed with defending Mohammed Hijab with every breath and every step. That got me wondering, but I'd rather not jump to assumptions. And like you stated,
but if only they just assume the best and ask questions rather than jump into accusations.
So I'd like to ask you some very direct questions instead of jumping into accusations. Have you yourself ever had a secret nikah, a nikah without your first wife knowing? Did you ever enter into a secret marriage with, I don't know, possibly one of the sisters who made multiple appearances on the Bitter Truth show? Could this secret nikah behind your wife's back possibly have happened while you were in Mecca, possibly for the purpose of performing Umrah? Could there be a super random chance that it could have happened in October of 2023, just months after Mohammed Hijab's secret marriage and divorce with Sister Aisha? And did you ever give this secret wife a talaq, a divorce, shortly after your first wife found out? Once again, just for clarification, I'm just asking questions instead of casting accusations, because you did say,
ask questions rather than jump into accusations.
We'll be patiently waiting for your responses, not vague and wild goose chases. Until then, all I can say is, birds of a feather flock together.
Dude.
Thaddeus, that sounded like Salman actually knows some stuff here. And it didn't sound like he's just innocently asking questions.
Dude. So a little bit of context here why this is so savage. I mean, other than the obvious. In the video where Ali Dawah passes on all the accusations against Salman, he keeps saying, I'm not saying anything, I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying anything, I'm just putting it out there for people to consider.
Candace Owens, everyone. That's all I said. That's what Candace always said. I'm just asking questions. Just asking questions.
Yep. Just ask some questions. Just ask some questions.
So just to be clear, this is is this episode the one where they're talking about the secret wives, or is that a different one?
I don't know if that screenshot is from that episode or not.
So yeah, I'm just I'm gonna back up real quick. Gonna back up because that was pretty brutal, but this time we'll pause it a little bit.
You know, Ali, you've been obsessed with defending Mohammed Hijab with every breath and every step. That got me wondering, but I'd rather not jump to assumptions. And like you stated,
but if only they just assume the best and ask questions rather than jump into accusations.
So I'd like to ask you some very direct questions instead of jumping into accusations. Have you yourself ever had a secret nikah, a nikah without your first wife knowing?
So guys, it's no secret Muslim men are allowed to marry up to 4 women or girls. But there's a different issue of secret wives, ones you keep secret from your original wife, because if you have one wife who hey, and they can even make it clear, like, hey, we're getting married. I want you to know ahead of time, I'm the only one. And oh yeah, of course you're going to be the only one for me, yeah. And then, of course, you can't tell her when you're going out and marrying extra wives and so on. So apparently, Ali Dawah.
Did you ever enter into a secret marriage with, I don't know, possibly one of the sisters who made multiple appearances on the...
You guys got this? So he doesn't say which one, but you've got 4 women on there. So you'd have 4 men and 4 women. And the purpose of these shows were to basically convince women that they should have no problem with these guys banging as many women as possible. That's the real point of the show. Hey, just get used to it. We're gonna be banging all the women we want, and if you have a problem with it, then you're bad wives. You're bad. Do you want to be a bad wife? Do you want to be a bad Muslim wife? Okay, then if you don't want to be a bad Muslim wife, then you need to be on board with us banging whoever we want as much as we want and so on. And apparently Salman knows that Ali Dawah was ended up in a secret extra marriage. We say second, but we don't know. This could be third, fourth, whatever, and so on. He used his platform to get these women on the show and then picked one, and then on a trip to Mecca, said, hey, why don't we do a little secret marriage here, yeah? And so I can bang you while we's in Mecca. I got to bang you. I'm a long way from home with my first wife, so I need to bang you while we's here in Mecca, so that we can worship a God like this. You know, it's the only way to do things in Mecca. And she said, okay, well, you've got your own show, and you guys really sound convincing when you're telling us that it's okay to treat us all like prostitutes. But then his first wife finds out about this, and then he has to divorce whichever of the four he was banging in Mecca. These are the guys that we need to save us from immorality. Right?
Just to clarify, I'd say most likely he cut a deal that he'd pay for her travel, allow her to go on Hajj in exchange for the marriage.
Oh.
That was most likely her bride price.
Oh, I get it. Oh, so hang on. So Ali Dawah has this chick on the show, and this is like speculation at this point, right? Because you're wondering what the connection would be to the pilgrimage and so on. So would have been. So Hatun's messaged me saying he was in Mecca in October 2023. It's on video. So this all lines up timeline wise. So you're saying that it would make sense. She's on the show. She's on the Ali Dawah show and being lectured on what it means to be a good wife. And Ali Dawah's like, so have you been on the pilgrimage yet? And she's like, oh no, I can't. I've never been able to afford going on the pilgrimage. I just wish there was something I could do to afford it. And he's like, well, I's got the brilliant plan, yeah? I pay your way with all the donations I get from my prayer mats, and then I will go down there and bang you a bunch in it, and then you get to go. It's win-win. It's win-win. I win because I get to bang you a bunch, and I don't have to pay nothing because I get paid for the prayer mats, yeah? And I go down there, and you get to go on the pilgrimage, and then you get banged by me, so everyone wins. And she's like, okay. And then Ali Dawah wasn't thinking, oh, what if the first wife finds out about it? And so it wasn't win-win for her. And then so she complains, and he goes, no problem, I just divorced her then, isn't it? And she grabs her, hang on. Hold up. I'll show you exactly what happened. I've got the proof right here. I got the proof, everyone.
You see?
I got the proof. Hang on.
Suspenseful.
So Ali Dawah one day walks into the living room, and his first wife holds this up. And then so she went ahead and she didn't say anything. She just went. And then what happens? Ali Dawah realized he had to divorce his Mecca Mutta wife.
The irony here is that Mishyar literally means travelers. So it's kind of envisioned the other way. Someone's on travel and they hire a local to be their temporary wife. But that's literally what Mishyar means, is traveler's wife. So a Mishyar wife is a traveler's wife. So he hires her as a Mishyar wife to go on travel to Mecca.
Hotel wife, basically, is what we would call them now. Hotel wife. Would you want to be my hotel wife? I'll pay for your pilgrimage, yeah. And keep in mind, guys, if it actually comes out that happened, this is the thing. He's probably doing this every year, right? He's probably doing this multiple times per year. Because you have sex with them and then you divorce them and so on. And again, if you Muslim women are not generally going to want to come forward with any of this stuff, even if they get abused and used and so on. They're not going to want to come forward with this stuff. The fact that we actually have information on a few of them at this point means there's probably a ton of them.
Your truth show? Could this secret nikah behind your wife's back possibly have happened while you were in Mecca, possibly for the purpose of performing Umrah? Could there be a super random chance that it could have happened in October of 2023, just months after Mohammed Hijab's secret marriage and divorce with Sister Aisha? And did you ever give this secret wife a talaq, a divorce, shortly after your first wife found out? Once again, just for clarification, I'm just asking questions instead of casting accusations, because you did say,
ask questions rather than jump into accusations.
We'll be patiently waiting for your responses, not vague and wild goose chases. Until then, all I can say is, birds of a feather flock together.
What'd you say he should have said, AP?
Stay away from Islam.
That would have been good.
Yeah, he definitely should have said that. I'll have to double check, but I think the timing is also interesting for a different reason. So it's right after Mohammed Hijab's secret marriage doesn't work, but I believe it's also right around the same time that they do that episode. So what could have very well happened is that
you're saying could have been real quick.
Yeah, that Ali Dawah didn't really know whether this was allowed or not. They did that episode. Ali Dawah was convinced, and then he said, "Oh, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity and take my own secret wife." So possibility, again, speculation, but seems to fit.
I wonder if he bought a Mekmuta for his Mecca Muta wife.
Yeah. Hey, you can't steal Abdullah. Abdullah just posted that joke, man, about Mekmuta in Mecca.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't steal someone else's joke and then pretend that you came up with a brilliant joke.
I just came up with it.
Isn't that your MO?
Yep. And they're all stealing my joke, the Mekmuta. Ali Dawah loves talking to God logic. Could he become his sidekick if he cleans up his act? I don't think Ali Dawah is bright enough to be God logic's sidekick. Reason Answers has had a great episode on lying in Islam, what Sharia says. Did you? Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yeah, it's a while ago. It's probably like 2 years ago, but there are multiple words for lying in Islam, not just taqiyya that we hear about. So when they say, we don't do taqiyya, blah, blah, blah. Well, taqiyya actually only means lying about your religious belief, but they have a wide variety of words to explain different types of lying in Islam. And that's how ingrained it is. So they say, I'm not doing taqiyya. They're technically telling the truth because they're not lying about whether they're a Muslim or not. They're lying about something else.
True. Yep. That can't be true. I don't believe you.
Ali Dawah is a testimony. Testimony. Ali Dawah is the golden shower boy of Dawah. The golden boy. Sending love from Brazil. Keep going, guys. We will. We're unstoppable. When his first wife found out. Yeah, doesn't it? I mean, keep in mind, guys. Hijab and Ali Dawah, they obviously were married to a woman who insisted, hey, I'm the only one, and they obviously agreed. And that's why they have to make it a secret. And then they get exposed. Mm-hmm. Well, Robert Spencer debated...
Hey, these guys as example, man. It's just ridiculous.
Robert Spencer debated Dave Smith. Dave, meme points stumped him a little. Like Netanyahu's speech in 2002 at Congress when he was a private citizen. We might have to go through that.
I know that he did. I have to check it out later on. I'll go through it and then I have a look at that.
Hey, we could actually go live and go through it, and probably since we're friends with Robert, we could get Robert on to go through it with us and stuff like that. Might be.
But you're friends with Robert?
Yep.
I'm a huge fan, man. You should...
Yep. Yeah. I can introduce you to him. Mm-hmm. All right.
Robert got me fired, so there's that.
Yeah, great job, Robert.
Unlike you, Adi, I'm not in the business of sacrificing and selling my religion for money. I don't compromise my values, ethics, or Islam just to monetize attention.
How noble!
But you proudly joke about having a PhD in clickbait. Your videos wrapped in deception, your thumbnails misleading, your headlines often so dishonest that a disclaimer is required mid-video that it's not clickbait. because deception is now your default.
He has to put not clickbait when he's not clickbaiting. I mean, when he's not clickbaiting, because otherwise people just assume he's clickbaiting.
Yeah.
Claim to defend
And that is
Islam.
a perfectly accurate description of Ali Dawah's videos. I think he probably is genuine in that he believes in Islam, but his titles and his deceptive way of doing videos is noted by everyone, including Muslims who, many Muslims they haven't come out and said anything about hijab, secret muta or whatever, but they have come out and said that Ali Dawah's way of doing videos is very dishonest and they don't approve of the way he does videos. Ironic that they care about something like that, but not like, abusing a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Abusing women is normal. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's called priorities, Thaddeus. Come on.
Right.
But what you really do is exploit it.
Because he wants to deceive people by turning the story to his needs.
Let's call it what it is. You are profiting off of ads.
Your loyalty is to your views, and your fear is losing your YouTube money.
You are trading honesty for monetization. You engage in clickbait and tabloid-worthy sensationalism out of your desperation for clicks. That's not dawah. That's selling your deen to chase the dunya. Oh, that's right. Let's address your favorite phrase. He made his whole dunya dunya.
You are so
I
obsessed
saw this part. He keeps doing the same joke over and over again. Not the most original thinker, is he?
with your ex. You've made your whole dunya dunya. Yes, he's made his whole world dunya. This man. We're going to come to now.
Somebody who is so obsessed over dunya that he's made dunya his whole dunya. And I've said this before. He's obsessed with her. Yes, his whole dunya has become his ex-wife dunya. Who is somebody who is obsessively obsessed. He's made his whole dunya his ex-wife dunya. Salman, because of your desperation, because of your obsession with dunya and whatever she put you through, yes, you made your whole dunya dunya. Your obsession with dunya, making dunya.
So, it's so impressive that he just keeps coming up with this off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Your whole dunya.
It's powerful wordplay.
And it doesn't stop there. Even in your messages to me, you keep parroting the same thing like a broken record.
I told you, you've made your whole dunya dunya.
Hadi, wallahi, this is utterly embarrassing.
Pretty bad.
You've repeated it so many times, I'm half convinced you've got it stitched onto your pillowcase. Do you recite it at night, whisper it in the mirror, frame it over your bed? Because from the outside looking in, the only person obsessed with mentioning dunya is you. You've turned a woman you've never met into a punchline. But why? Because you can't answer the actual allegations. So instead, you mock,
Yeah. It is funny. See, Ali Dawah does not have a way with words. He sounds like an idiot. I mean, he sounds like a complete idiot. Salman has a way with words. Ali Dawah, don't get into a battle of words with a guy who has a way with words when you don't. Okay?
and you
I would have
repeat
to
your
agree.
slow.
He's very skilled at making these videos. Right? He's very skilled at writing a good script and saying the right things and delivering a very powerful line.
No, if it weren't for the behind veils guys, I mean, who else could have pulled this off, right? I mean, that is hard. You've got the combined forces of Dawah guys and their millions of followers and stuff, and they're completely willing to lie, blackmail, do fake AI-generated confessions and Photoshop, screenshot. They're willing to do anything to. That is some serious obstacle if you want to. And these guys are crushing it. These guys are just crushing it, man.
And like it's your motivational workout music that keeps you going. And what's even more pathetic, you've become Hijab's human shield. You've turned into his guard dog. Your obsession isn't with dunya, it's with hijab. You've become so obsessed with defending hijab
pretty creepy.
that you've become blinded by the hijab. You've launched attacks on everyone, Sister Aisha, myself, Sheikh Torana, everyone except the man actually guilty of the accusations.
By the way, isn't that amazing? It's like this guy. What's Ali Dawah's problem with Salman? Just that he's exposing Mohammed Hijab. What's Ali Dawah's problem with Aisha? Just that she's exposing Muhammad. What's his problem with Sheikh Tarana? Oh, that Sheikh Tarana told the truth about what happened and refused to be black. Like, he's declaring war on anyone who tells the truth, and and doing anything he can to defend the guy who's an abuser and a liar. These are your Dawah guys, Muslims. These are your heroes of Dawah.
Mohammed Hijab. Adi, this is no longer defense. It's a full-blown obsession, an emotional fixation dressed up as religious commentary. You're not confronting the truth. You're desperately dodging it, and everyone watching can see it.
Notice Adi want to talk about everything but the marriage. That's the point of this whole back and forth. Did it happen or not? I think most people realize it happened, and you and Hijab twist and lie.
Yeah, it would be very easy, Ali Dawah. I swear by Allah, there was no marriage. It's all made up. That's what you should be saying, dude. That's what you should be saying.
2-minute video.
Yeah. Yeah, very easy, Ali Dawah. And then Mohammed Hijab swearing by Allah and agreeing to the mubahala and calling Allah's curse down upon him if he's 2-minute video. 2-minute video. Ooh, we've got a challenge.
So number one, I challenged Salman to come on a phone call with me that I would take Allah's curse upon me if I am lying about what I'm saying about any of this stuff.
Challenge accepted. I'm glad that you're willing to do a mubahala now, invoking the curse of Allah if you're lying. Even though it's just another contradiction of yourself where you try to provide an escape route for hijab, where you stated that mubahala in the Quran is directed towards the Christians.
There seems to be a psychological issue. There has to be. Is asking Mohammed Hijab, a 6'6" guy, to come and do mubahala with her. Now, when you do mubahala, this is something that is directed to the Christians in the Quran.
Absolutely pathetic. Desperately trying to find a way out.
What?
What does his height have to do with this?
Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, for her, you know that mubahala has to be based on size, yeah? So if someone's going to challenge Mohammed Hijab, who's 6'6", to mubahala, she would also have to be 6'6". But she's not 6'6", and so we can't have the mubahala. Don't you read?
It's actually... It actually really is about the size. He didn't just mention that arbitrarily, Ali Dawah. Before that part, he says, you want this tiny little woman to come out and challenge Mohammed Hijab to mubahala? Mohammed Hijab is 6'6". How could this be? Like, he's trying to imply that he would beat her up or something, but that's not what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense if she were challenging him to a boxing match or something, an MMA fight or something like. It's a mubahala, dude. It's a prayer duel. You're praying to Allah that he's going to, is Allah going to be like, oh, well, I will curse the one who's, oh no, I can't do it because one is clearly bigger than the other.
Well, I think that maybe hijab's bigger than Allah, that Allah can't enforce his curses because hijab's too big and strong, right? So it won't work. Allah will try to curse him for lying, but then
they just bounce off. They just bounce off his big belly.
Well, Allah is a
Mohammed
mouse,
Hijab.
so it makes sense.
Allah's a mouse. Mohammed Hijab is hiding like a mouse.
After he was challenged by Sister Aisha and was too cowardly to be a man and defend himself. But you know what? I challenge both you, Ali Dawah, and you, Mohammed Hijab, to a live YouTube stream on our channel, which is not monetized.
On behalf of Ali Dawah and Mohammed Hijab, I accept.
Let's sit down with myself and Sister Aisha. Let's put everything on the table. Every claim, every accusation, every voice note, every lie. No edits, no theatrics.
This is like exactly what we say with Muslims about the Islamic dilemma. It's like, hey, instead of making your little videos, you know, back, just sit down. Let's just go through everything. Let's go through everything while everyone's watching, so people get an informed. People can make an informed decision based on seeing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's very telling when one side offers that and the other side refuses completely, right? Think if Mohammed Hijab and Ali Dawah, these guys are both skilled manipulators and liars. If they thought they could actually expose all this stuff and embarrass her and expose her as a liar, why in the name of common sense wouldn't they end it right now and say, you're right, let's get together, we'll make it live, we will crush and humiliate her. Instead, they're terrified of her. They're terrified and running from her. Why? Sounds like they know she's just got all the truth on her side, right?
Just the truth in front of the entire ummah. You both claim to represent Dawah. Then don't run away from the Dawah of truth. If you fear Allah as you claim, then meet us live and let the
men.
truth speak for itself. The invitation is open. We'll all be waiting for your response.
Patiently.
In the meantime, just know there is more to come. And I sure do hope you've spent your nights and weekends trying to carefully craft an elaborate explanation for what we're about to present.
Uh-oh.
Because it sure ain't looking good. Allahu musta'an. There's a point when
Wow. Well, that's the end, guys. We went through the entire thing. It was like 35 minutes.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
That was pretty brutal ending there.
So interestingly, it seems that I find it a little bit unrealistic that Al-Dawah would actually get another wife, considering that he had such great difficulties to find one for himself already. That he even posted about it when he first found a wife that he got married to. He posted about it, was like, I waited with my sweat and my blood. I fought hard, brothers and sisters. I fought hard. It was very, very difficult, but I finally made it. And then getting
I went out to find her and they beat me. They beat me in the desert.
In the desert.